everybody needs a jingle now because that was awesome.
I know.
I'm back out with Scott Johnson.
Scott Johnson.
Len Peralta.
Lenny Peralta. Yeah. I'm sure we can make that happen.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you have someone talented in the audience who would love to do that. As say, they can't, help out with Patreon. I'm sure they have the talents to.
Right.
To
Starving singer has been out there going like, I'm a starving singer. I can't afford to give $1 a month to Daily Tech News Show, but they could sing us jingles, and then we'd credit them and launch them into a superstar career
of doing jingles.
Hey, I take credit for Charlie Puth. He was on that what was that car racing movie that just came out?
Fast and Furious?
Where the guy died before the actor died before.
Fast and Furious.
Right.
Yeah, Fast and Furious. Yeah, he was on the soundtrack. He sang my jingles back in the day on YouTube. He started out being a jingle singer.
Yeah.
And now he's working big time.
Like serious movie soundtrack stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Nice.
It is possible. Especially
it can happen to you.
You sing my jingle, you're gonna blow up.
Feedback.
We've talked about this before in the past. We said we wanted jingles, and so we're officially putting it back out there again.
Yeah. We're demanding them now. No more asking.
We're done being nice. Nice with the nicey nice. This isn't a nicey nice ass.
We have ankles to break.
Should we call this show? We got some good suggestions coming in, showbot.tv, but not a lot of people voting. So get your fingers over to showbot.tv if you're watching live.
Just please don't name it Kitty.
I was looking at that going like, am I missing something? Is there another interpretation?
I can't believe I did that.
No, I can see how you messed up because I didn't catch it at first because I was like, Kitty, okay, I was maybe a young audience. Like it didn't click. Nothing was clicking. And so Tom said, that might not be. And I was like, oh.
I thought you were just making like he was. His ability to speak was devolving.
Sure. It's just an unfortunate alternate interpretation.
Yeah, it was. He was sort of. It was sort of like.
And being slunk over the computer is not helping.
I know. Boy, was that.
It's number 5. It's still at the top. Is less suggestive typos for title. 6 votes.
Rocketing to the top.
7. Wow.
I am scared to look in that chat room. I don't even want to know.
That's so funny.
Wait a minute.
Originally, it was just going to be a little picture of a kitty, like a little tiny cat.
Sure.
And then I thought, that's not enough. You're thinking about cats. Why? So I just like.
Maybe it's that Cleveland accent that.
That's what it is.
You like kitties?
That's what.
Use likes kitties.
Use likes kitties here. Hey, come here! I got kitties over here.
Oh boy.
There's some kitties in my van.
Oh, number 10. 10 votes. Not number 10, 10 votes.
Less suggestive typos. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Or you could go from Russia.
It's a runaway hit.
Go ahead.
Because that's at the very end of the show. But I get it. Okay. It's a good lead.
Yeah, I always prefer when they relate to the main topic. Of course, we didn't really have a single main topic.
What
about feedback from fans feels Friday fun?
Wow, that's a huge alliteration. I've ever seen it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, from Zella.
I think the audience is preferring.
It keeps growing here.
Wow, it's more than double the next, the second place one.
You might have to override the audience here.
I mean,
I feel bad for Lynn. I did.
No, that's fine. I'm totally fine with that. It was an honest mistake. And it's been a long week. So
I'm still disturbed that he's looking at cats and then listening to my tune. Like that that really is the worrying one.
I'm gonna go with less suggestive typos, but I'm gonna give it a little spin. I'm gonna say fan mail Friday. Now with
less suggestive typos.
Yeah, because that fan mail thing is important to put in, I think.
I do
So
like
Zelladir still gets the title credit.
Yeah, everybody's happy.
Pulling a little, yeah. Zelladir's had a good week, and he's missed out by a hair's breadth a couple of times, so I feel good.
Oh, Roger, you're such a good
Also,
guy.
parenthetical makes it make sense that it comes at the end of the show too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
See, lexically speaking, the parenthetical implies the less problematic.
That's exactly how your audience. No, I'm just, it's exactly how they not.
The collective audience sound.
Their voice just goes into that mode.
There are some emails that are certainly written in that tone. I will not lie.
Oh, I agree. I know I get them sometimes. Every blue moon, not as much as you, because you do a straight text show, but every so often, my God.
Oh man, no, it's same here. Actually, even more so because they're saying you got something, you've forgot something. That's the one that always gets it stuck in my craw. Is like, you forgot the point, you forgot to say, and
right.
There are times when I definitely forget, and that's okay. But there are times when they're just saying I thought of another thing on an opinion piece. I'm like, I didn't forget it.
Right.
I just didn't think of it in the first place, which is probably worse. I don't know.
I get that YouTube comments all the time. It's like, you forgot to say this. You forgot, or you did it just like so and so. It's like, sometimes, I wish there's an art to writing comments. Sometimes you don't have to say everything that's in your mind.
Right. And there's always, and there's the like, hey, I had another idea in relation to what you said. And then all of a sudden you just feel like you want to hear what they said versus like you totally
Absolutely.
Forgot to mention.
Yeah, because that's negative, and I just dismiss you immediately.
Yeah. And believe me, I'm not pointing fingers at the audience. I'm pointing fingers at myself because I have to stop myself from doing the same thing, just in all kinds of situations. We're like, oh, okay, let me not go like, Len, you forgot to spell kitty right. Like that would just be rude. I just got to go like, is that on purpose? Is that there?
Like, we were just talking about being laid off, too. To be top of the show.
Well, it was nice knowing you all. Thank you. At least it's on a Friday. I can go out and drink.
We will never lay Len off. Are you kidding me? Because we don't pay him anything.
If you listen to the social justice warriors on Twitter, somebody who's done less would have been like, get him out of here. He's promoting blah, blah, blah. I was like, are you serious?
I think it's a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit crazy.
Those guys scare me.
And, as I point out that we don't pay Len to be on the show, you pay Len to be on the show by buying his prints and backing his
That's
prints.
right. Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go drink this one off.
You might have to.
Len, I hope you know that I am only entertained and I am not in the least bit upset.
Oh, absolutely, I know.
Okay, good.
Do you know how much mistaken print would sell for if you ever did like a lost
Oh yeah,
copy?
I know.
Do you know how many he printed off? They stuck him away in a vault already.
Doesn't exist. It doesn't exist anymore.
You'll never have to get unemployment again in your life.
Boy, it's good you caught that because before anybody purchased, right?
Right.
That would have been
like, I actually ordered the one that had the D's. Particularly.
Is there a way I can get that one?
I specifically ordered it for the D's.
I have a private collection of Tom Merritt art, and this one is a jewel in my crown.
Oh yeah, just never let you live it down.
All right.
Great
Apologies all around.
Nah.
Have a good weekend.
No apologies necessary, man.
Your
See you next
drawing
week.
makes up for it.
Yes, I will be here next week.
Awesome.
Take care.
Fantastic.
We'll see you,
everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers.
And then there were 3. So Roger, are you like babysitting duty like all during the day, like your wife's at work or something like that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's
Cool.
Mr.
I'm
Mom.
Mr. Mom.
You're Mr. Mom. I think that's awesome.
I say that
wanna
people
do that.
understand.
Yeah.
I can also use stay-at-home dad, but people don't
They
necessarily.
don't respect that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know. I understand it. A lot of people. I hear they use that term derogatory, like the man is.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's awesome.
I mean, I would need to earn what I was making, and not enough places are actually willing to pay even half that, which kind of sucks. But it actually makes more sense for me to be at home than to pay for full-time daycare and then work a bunch of freelance gigs.
Right.
Right.
It does the amount of money I would actually be paying more out per month than doing this.
Yeah, daycare is expensive. I had a friend in Chicago. I guess he still runs it. Ran a daycare, and the state, for some low income people, they would subsidize it, and the amount of money they would pay out for daycare from anywhere from $700 to $1,400 a month easily.
Oh,
just like that's probably the low end.
Try $2,000 a month.
Is it there? Oh, wow.
That's more than my rent.
Wow. No
That's
kid is
ridiculous.
worth that. No, I'm just playing. That's just so expensive.
That's
I mean,
why.
it would
Did you
my
hear about
head.
the Burt's Bees thing? Did anything happen?
Oh yeah, they picked up two other cute. The other one wasn't so cute. The first one was cute. So.
All right, fine.
Well, so much for their beeswax.
We need to get Ellie a job.
I'm gonna have her Is there such a thing as spokes baby?
Spokes baby for E-Trade. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
But she can only work, 6 hours a day because of child labor laws or something?
Babies could only work 6 hours.
Right.
Children can't, child actors are actually very, I wouldn't say difficult, but you have to be very mindful when you shoot.
Yeah, there's only a certain amount of time in a row.
They can only shoot a set number of hours a day.
Yeah. No, I have a friend who does commercials for Nickelodeon. They're in-house commercials, and they use their child actors, and he runs into that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, shoot is a gray area because I know some they haven't hit 18 yet that stay on the set all day. Like they are on set, but they're not shooting, so that does not count as them being at work.
Well, it's the same reason why if you own a restaurant or a store and your kids help, it's not really considered a child labor thing, even though they're all day, like tending the register.
I didn't know that actually. Okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean, technically they're not employees, so they don't fall under that thing. They're family members.
Okay.
Believe me, I know this quite well.
No, you said you
know where else
somebody runs a restaurant in your family?
Yeah, my parents.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Oh, so you do know, very, very first hand. Wow. I don't know. I don't know if that's fun or that's just horrible. I always wonder that the kids are kind of forced to learn the family trade.
It's. I would say it's not fun, but at the same time, it's not horrible. I think one of the better skills you learn is management, time management, especially on a business where you like food. You got to get food out. You got to do things quickly. You do get a much better sense of time spatial relationship. Oh, it takes me this long to bring this food out to that. You don't think it, but you eventually start thinking that way.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you can always tell what kind of profession a person is in on the way they count. An accountant counts in a certain way. Musicians, especially drummers, count in a certain way, and they all deal with numbers. But their approach to it is slightly different because of their background.
Yeah, like drummers always start over again after 4.
Or something like that. Or they do things in brackets like that.
Yeah, they're always drawing brackets around the check to figure out which measure they owe.
Metaphorically, I guess.
That's interesting.
Did either of you guys watch the Daily Show finale?
You know what?
Not
did not
finale,
yet.
but
I
final
actually
Jon Stewart
avoided
episode.
it. Part of it is because I thought a lot of I love the Daily Show and I love Jon Stewart. I think a lot of it was borderline schmaltzy, just not so much the show, but just kind of everyone's attitude toward his leaving, his tenure. And I'm thinking I think Jon Stewart wanted to leave 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He looks in his face. If you look in his eyes, he looks someone who's just I'm tired. I'm done with this, but I can't.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And I think yeah, it's great that everyone feels bad for it, but they, it's one of those things where you kind of locked them into this.
I watched it, and I haven't been watching The Daily Show. I'll watch clips every so often, but I really haven't been watching The Daily Show for a while. No, I didn't tear up at all. But I realized, like, when I also watched Letterman's last show this year, which is the first time I've watched The Late Show in a long time, and I realized it's kind of, and I put this on Twitter, it's kind of like a goodbye tour for television. Like, for me, it's like, oh, I used to watch the show all the time. I'll watch its last episode. Even though in both cases, it's not the last episode of the show, but it's the last episode of that host. And these are things that are, they're out of my pattern. I don't turn on TV like that anymore.
But, you hit on a very important point in that so much of television now is no longer tied to when, a specific time slot or thing. You need to get people with an event, right? To pull in those people. And so what better events like, it's his final thing, or it's the most outrageous.
Right.
If it's a daytime talk show, most outrageous. You won't believe what this doctor says about this cure.
Yeah, I don't fall for that.
Yeah, the whole whole Dr. Oz thing.
People act like clickbait is news, is new. It's been around in local television and daytime talk shows forever.
Watch the water skiing squirrel, right? Just go sit through like 30 minutes of news, and we'll show you that last human interest story of squirrel on water skis getting pulled. And
a monkey who's bananas for basketball.
I'm very curious to know what.
Credit Matt Flanagan, by the way.
No, who's the replacement? The South African, the comic. I just talked about him yesterday, and I'm totally spacing on his name.
I don't know. I don't watch.
I should know this. It's really bad, but I'm curious to know his take, because so much of the Daily Show was kind of a reflection of Jon Stewart, in the same way that the John Oliver Show is a reflection of John Oliver, and what was the Colbert Show was kind of.
Well, yeah, Colbert is the other one. I mean, he's going from one night talk show to another. Yeah. But it was definitely the end of an era with him no longer being the character of Stephen Colbert, but being the real.
I will say he did mark a very important, and this is the thing. There's always been satire of politics, always, but there was a genuine kind of like, let's get to the actual heart of the matter. Like, it's nice to lampoon it, but let's also look at what the real issue is, and I think that was really unique, at least for a broad audience. I mean, you might have seen it in a satirical, periodical or something that did the same thing, but to have a very broad-reaching medium like TV, have that, at least in the U.S.
Yeah.
What was the one? What was the British one where they did the little puppets that looked like all the famous politicians? Something face, a spitting image.
Spitting image. Okay.
Spitting image, and they used to make fun of like Ronald Reagan, Margaret Thatcher. But it didn't. It made fun of this situation, but never really addressed the underlying issue, which I think is what Jon Stewart did so well with the Daily Show when he took it over. I mean, before that, it was just a weird kind of.
It was just a parody news show. Under Craig Kilborn, I loved it. It was like, it's parody news. This is great. Love this kind of thing. And yeah, John took it farther. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go put the kettle on and have a little tea. So you all hang in there, and I'll see you on Current Geek later today.
I will eat some Chinese food.
All right.
Yeah, leftovers yesterday. It's the best.